Welcome! Muscles of Magic the Gathering live. I'm all set up. I'm ready to go. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We are going to talk some $1,000 deck tech. I'll tell you what that means in a minute. So stay tuned. We're going to look at my very latest creation, my Fire Lord Azula deck. And I do believe this is the best Fire Lord Azula deck you will ever see in your life. I just did a whole video on it, freshly uploaded to my YouTube channel for your viewing enjoyment and pleasure. And I'll talk about why I think it's the best Fire Lord Azula deck ever. And we may get into some Avatar pack rips, maybe open an encyclopedia, maybe some secret lair. I mean, who knows where the night will take us. Either way, it is going to be an absolute blast. So where should we start tonight? And I think the obvious place to start is with Fire Lord Azula, because that's what everybody wants to see. And then we will dive into some $1,000 deck tech. It's going to be a blast. Hopefully we're going to bump a couple of my commander decks tonight over $1,000. That is the goal. So we're going to start with Fire Lord Azula, our hero of the day. Not so much a hero, more of a villain, I suppose. I really think this is the most powerful commander in the new Avatar set. After thinking about what I was going to build, putting some ideas together, searching through my extra cards, I really think this is the biggest, baddest commander. I think it's probably CEDH worthy, although I never play CEDH. It's a meta I don't fully comprehend, in all fairness. But at the very least, it's a high-level bracket for commander, if you will. Its color identity is blue, black, and red. It's got Firebending 2. And whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So when I look at this card, I always try to build commander decks around the commander. I don't try to be too smart. I don't try to overthink it. I'd like to cater my decks to the commander's strength. So obviously you're going to want to attack with Azula, and you're going to want to cast as many spells as possible during that attack phase. That's going to require a couple of things. You got to play at flash speed. You got to have a lot of instants, and you got to find a way to protect Fire Lord Azula, because there's an extra layer of vulnerability when your commander attacks. So that's how I attacked this deck, no pun intended. A couple things. I did a video a while ago about the top cards I would include in a Fire Lord Azula deck. And I really thought at the time that I would include a Line of Anticipation, and I would include a Vedalken Orrery. Problem, I don't have any of these cards. I mean, I do have them, but my Vedalken Orrery is in a Double Master set. It's a complete set front to back. It's one of the prizes of my collection. I do not want to take that set apart. And then I don't have a Line of Anticipation. So I really wanted to get this video done. A lot of people were asking me to build a Fire Lord Azula deck. So I looked through a bunch of extra cards that I have laying around, right? Some sets that have been taken apart. My rule right now is if it's a complete set, I'll leave it. But if it's already been kind of pillaged a little bit, I'll take some cards from it. And as I started to put the set together, I actually realized that for Fire Lord Azula, a Vedalken Orrery or a Line of Anticipation that allow you to play Flash is actually kind of dead weight. You don't need it in the deck. Now, the question is, Bobby Maximus, that's great. Muscles of Magic the Gathering, I go by both names. That's great, but then how are we going to play a Flash? Well, there's actually a really simple way. You just make sure you don't need the Vedalken Orrery or the Line of Anticipation. So this deck that I built, it's got 32 instants in it, and it has no sorceries. So I don't need a special flash enabler for those instants. We just got rid of sorceries completely. I went all instants. This deck doesn't have one single sorcery in it. The next thing, there's 19 creatures. And almost every single one of those creatures has flash. There's one creature that doesn't have flash that I'm using as a card draw engine in this deck, and I wanted to put it in because I really thought it was a really cool secret lair. But yeah, we don't have, I mean, if you look at the 65 cards in this deck, because there's 35 lands, 45 of them you can play at instant speed. So all that said, then the Line of Anticipation and the Vedalcanori, they'd just be dead weight with higher casting costs. You do not need them. So that's how I built this deck. I also have a couple of pieces of Commander Protection, although I am missing a couple of pieces that I really want. We'll talk about that, but let's go through the creatures. Opposition Agent. It is a flash creature. Shadow the Hedgehog. That's my one non-flash creature, but read this. Whenever Shadow the Hedgehog or another creature you control, flash or haste, dies, draw a card. So anytime a flash creature dies, and there's going to be a lot of flash creature tokens in here, because I'm going to cast them all while Azula's attacking, I'm going to get a lot of card draw. That's going to matter in this deck. Fairy Mastermind, the Brazen Borrower, the Sphinx of Forgotten Lore, the Torrential Gearhulk. Now this is like a Hall of Fame of flash cards, just so we're aware. This card I had soured on a little bit. Not necessarily soured on, but if you know anything about my channel and the way I build decks, I don't like stuff with massive casting costs. In general, when you play a Torrential Gearhulk, a casting cost of 6 for a 5/6 creature with one little ability enters the battlefield, you can cast a target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. It's just not worth the bang for the buck. However, if you get 2 of these for the same casting cost because of Fire Lord Azula's ability, now you get 2 5/6 bodies, you get 2 instants back from your graveyard for a casting cost of 6. That, my friends, is an incredible deal in great Commander economy. So Torrential Gearhulk, I finally found a home for you. The Snapcaster Mage, another great card. The Notion Thief. The Hullbreaker Horror. Like I said, this is a Flash Hall of Fame. The High Faith Trickster. You may cast spells although they had flash. This is my one card that allows me to do that in my deck. Hopefully I'll get it out early in the game so I can cast my artifacts at flash speed. We have the Hull Breacher. I do play with banned cards. We have the Orcish Bowmasters. Super underrated card, Shauna's Tidebender. The Unagi of Kyoshi Island. We have, I was going to say the Hydroelectric Laboratory, but you will not know the card as that. That's the land side. The Hydroelectric Specimen. This allowed me to play this card. The Vendilion Click. Unreal card. Super underrated, I think. The Valley Flood Caller. You may cast, so I lied. This is another card that gives all my non-creature spells flash. The Waxen Shape Thief. The Aboleth Spawn, which you can abuse like crazy in this deck. So those are my creatures, all flash. I honestly can't think of one flash creature I'm missing. Like, it is incredible. I have a bunch of instants. Vampiric Tutor. Born Upon a Wind, another card I guess that gives everything flash. Abrade, Burnt Offering, Seething Song, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Frantic Search, Dramatic Reversal, Cryptic Command, Fierce Guardianship, Archmage's Charm, Brainstorm, Fire Covenant, Fatal Push, Flare Duplication, Demand Answers, Bulk Up. This is an interesting one. Check this out. Fire Lord Azula attacks. You cast Bulk Up, you double the spell. Azula's going to go from a 4/4 to an 8/8, then an 8/8 to a 16/16. That's almost commander damage win right there. I need 5 more commander damage win, and I am done. If I'm able to double this spell or flash it back, it's game on. I'd like to get an Unleash the Fury in this deck. I just didn't have one when I built it, but I will order it or get it at some point. Lightning Bolt, Unexpected Windfall, Deadly Dispute, Counterspell, Tragic Slip. That card's going for like 59 bucks. Insane. Deadly Rollick, Go for the Throat, Disallow, Fell the Profane, Offer You Can't Refuse. Waterlogged Teachings allows me to get a flash or instant card. Mystical Tutor, and then the big combo. Narset's Reversal, Brain Freeze. Infinite combo, just mills somebody right out of their deck. An Isochron Scepter. So yeah, we have a ton of instants in this deck. And there's a bunch of ways to go in infinite with Narset's Reversal, because when you cast Narset's Reversal, it's going to copy itself. You can continue to, just keep bouncing it to and from your hand, and it is game on. Of course, we have our talismans. Arcane Signet, Jeweled Lotus, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt. There's my Commander Protection, Mithril Coat. It happens to have flash. There's one more card I need. I need that Silver Shroud Cape, Silver Shroud Coat, Silver Shroud Helmet, whatever it's called from Fallout. That's Commander Protection at flash speed. Maybe a Brotherhood Regalia too, but I didn't have any left. So That's another change I'd make to the deck. We have Lightning Greaves. I did not have a Swiftfoot Boots, but I could use one of those. Lost in Memories has Flash. Amphibian Downpour has Flash. Underworld Breach. And then we have a bunch of lands. So really, and as an extra piece of commander protection, Rogue's Passage and Secret Tunnel. Not really commander protection, but if it makes Azula unblockable, that's a layer of safety. So that is my Azula deck. Happy to take any questions right now or any concerns you have. Maybe any recommendations you have on how to make Azula better. But I think this deck is pretty, I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's a flash deck. And I think the coolest thing about it for me, to be honest with you, is it gives, I have 100 decks right now. And so my goal in the 100 decks is to make them all kind of different, right? Like I have a Goblin deck, I have a Zombie deck, I have a Dragon deck, I have a Slivers deck, I have a Bunny deck. I have an Enchantress deck, I have a 1/1 counter deck, I have an Energy deck, I have an Artifact deck, like all the different types of play styles. This is my first official like flash deck, and it is like a flash Hall of Fame. All right, I can't think of one insane flash card that I missed in that deck. So really, really excited to be able to build that because it offers a new layer to my Commander experience. And I really like the idea of just, I have 66 decks now. So just like whatever type of game you want to play, you want to come over and play, we can each grab a deck, we can play and have a totally unique gaming experience. So really excited about that. So now that we're done with Fire Lord Azula, and by the way, go check out that video, my Fire Lord Azula video. I break down every card a lot quicker, or not a lot quicker, a lot slower than I did there. The video is like 30 minutes. It's a great watch. But the next step in my journey, so I have 66 Commander decks, all right? And I'm going to look them up right now. My goal is to have 100 decks, but there's also another goal. I want each one to be worth $1,000. I don't use proxies. I use graphics on the screen. These are all real cards. And some of my decks are lagging behind. Like my 20 Ways to Win deck, that's only worth $698. I got to bump the value of that up. Now, how am I going to do that? I don't know. I'm going to have to add some collectible cards to that. Maybe some that are worth more, right? Different versions of the cards. Maybe trade out some cards completely. But I would like that to be worth a lot more. So that's what we're going to do tonight. It's $1,000 deck tech. Let's try to bump the value of these decks up. I have some reinforcements, and away we go. So let me get this here. And what was that deck I was talking about? 20 Ways to Win? Maybe that's the first deck we will address, right? Just to see what we can add to it. Here we go. And I actually have a card I want to add to it. Card I know that's going to help bump the value up. So the first thing with this deck, this is the one we're going to work on first. It's from the 20 Ways to Win Commander series, if you will. Not Commander series. What am I trying to say, guys? Come on, help me out. Secret Lair. And I was able to get one of those, and I started making some changes to it. But as I started to change it and started to upgrade it and optimize it, or try to optimize it, one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to keep all 20 Ways to Win in there. So I kind of had to keep that true to form. So, let's see a card that I want to add to it right now. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. That will bump up the price. Sorry, my son just FaceTimed me. Let me see if he needs anything important. Let me see what he has to say. All right, so Hey Bye Forest Guardian needs to go in here. This is actually pretty funny for my son. He got a burrito bowl from Costco and he wanted to show me how much they added. That is absolutely bonkers. I'm gonna tell him. Man, I love this kid. I love that he does stuff like that for me too. Makes me really happy. So I had to show everyone on my live. I just told him I had to show everyone on my live what he got. All right, so with the 20 ways to win deck, back to normal business here. These are the 20 ways to win. So first thing I'm going to do before I try to upgrade this deck is I want to look at all these ways to win and the cards I absolutely 100% need in the deck. And we're going to need the Hellkite Tyrant, I believe. Is that one of the ways to win? So let's look at the Second Sun. That's the first one. We'll do these in order. Approach to the Second Sun. That's the first way to win. Biovisionary. That's another way to win. Let's find a Biovisionary, everybody. Let me get these lands off to the side. Ah, Biovisionary. All right. Felidar Sovereign. And I'm going to get these gates out of the way. All the lands. By the way, has anyone played with this 20 Ways to Win deck? It's really fun. But what's the next one I'm looking for? Felidar Sovereign. And I need a Halo Fountain. It's another way to win. Here we go. Happily Ever After Helix Pinnacle. All right, let's see what we can find here. There's the Helix Pinnacle. There's the Happily Ever After. Ah, Hellkite Tyrant. Liliana's Contract, Miles Aria. So let's look for those. Liliana's Contract. Let's get some of these lands out of here because it'll be easier to look for. All right. By the way, I hope everyone's having a great night tonight. I'd love for you to comment. Tell me what you're up to. All right, I put a bunch of shrines in here because I thought it'd be a really cool way to build an enchantment deck. Ah, there we go. There's, we need Maze's End, everybody. Have you seen Maze's End yet? Let's see if we can find Maze's End. There we go. All right. Next up is Mechanized Production. We got a bunch of really cool tokens. Mechanized Production, Rebel and Riches. Those are the next two up. Rebel and Riches, Mechanized Production, all right. Simic Ascendancy, and Test of Endurance. Okay, there we go. Just isolating the ways to win. Make sure I don't take anything out. 20-Eyed Toad and Triskaidekaphile. Beautiful printing of that card. Oh, there's two ways to win using the 20-Eyed Toad. Awesome. Win by dealing 21 commander damage. Okay. Win by reducing last opponents to 0. Library is closed. Win when the last opponent attempts to draw from an empty library. All right. So, those are the cards that I need. Now, a couple of things with this, like Liliana's Contract. You got to control 4 or more demons with different names to win the game. So that's why I'm going to need my shapeshifters in here. So I can't take out any shapeshifters, anybody. So let's see. Let's get the shapeshifters out. Crib swap. Maskwood Nexus. Need that for that win condition. Obviously need a Soul Ring in this deck. Obviously need a Arcane Signet. Fabro Elder, maybe, maybe not, but it's a 5-color deck. I don't really want to take that out. Swiftfoot Boots, don't know how much I actually need that. Soul's Attendant is great for life. Shalai, Manjara for card draw. Heliod, Auriok Champion, great card. Circuitous Route, that helps look for some gates for one of those win conditions. The right of replication, that's important. Pariah. Probably get rid of Pariah, to be honest with you. I don't think I need a Pariah in here. Probably don't need a monologue tax. Don't want to take a Heliod's Sun Crowned. Probably don't need a Ghostly Prison. Probably don't need a Darksteel Mutation. I would like to keep all of my shrines, because it's kind of a shrine deck, low-key. Magic Calabra, how are you? I'm actually just doing some $1,000 deck tech. We're not going to get rid of the Sanctum Weaver. We're not going to get rid of Sithis. Could potentially get rid of a Felwar Stone. Dryad Elysian Grove could potentially go. Lightning Greaves could potentially go. Dam could potentially go. Strap Replication. That might be able to go, actually. Black Market Connections. Don't want to get rid of that. I want the Shapeshifter feature. Fable the Mirror Breaker could potentially go. Cryptolithic Rite could go. Prismatic Omen could go. Insatiable Avarice could go. Path to Exile could go. Diabolic Intent could go. Delighted Halfling. Don't really want to take out the mana value or the mana ramp. The Deathrite Shaman. It's a 1-drop. Birds of Paradise. Tireless Provisioner could potentially go. Sphinx's Revelation. That could potentially go. The Forgotten Ancient could potentially go. Then Kinos and Tyros. We're going to keep that. So, we got a lot of our cards set up. We got to decide now, in the context of this, what's going to go. I don't want to take out Auriac. Don't want to take out these. Shalai Voice of Plenty could possibly go. But there is 1/1 counters, and that helps with 20-eyed Toad. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's necessary. So, let's figure out what we can take out for Hey Bye. Magical Libra. Love it. Love it, my man. I misread that. I apologize. It's pretty cool. I did not play Yu-Gi-Oh! So that is over my head. Now, let's look for... Ooh, the World Tree is pretty good. There's some gods in here. How many gods do we have in this deck? Because I'm going to bring this deck up here. We already have 37 lands. The World Tree. I wonder if I could get rid of the World Tree. Thank you, Magical Libra. So what I'm trying to do here, I want to bump this deck to $1,000. Look at some cards I might want to add. It's a 5-color deck. I want to make sure I can win with all these win conditions, all right? Let me see what some of them are, just again. Triskaidekaphile, card draw. 20-eyed Toad, card draw and 1/1 counters. Test of Endurance, life. Simic Ascendancy, counters. Mechanized Production. Revel to Riches is treasures. Okay, so that tells me I do not want to get rid of the monologue tax. Or Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Because I want those treasure tokens, all right? What else do we got here? Maze's End, that's going to be for the gates. Miles Aria. Yeah, I'm going to need the 1/1 counters in this. Liliana's Contract. Hawkeye Tyrant for artifacts. Auriac Champion for life. Manjara for card draw. But I wonder if there's something... Artifact Lotus Petal is absolutely an awesome card. I just don't have another one for this deck. Soul's Attendant is great. Happily Ever After. Helix Pinnacle, Halo Fountain, Felidar Sarvian Life, Biovisionary. That's where I'm going to need my clones. And Approach to the Second Sun. Alright. So, I think I'm going to need some things here. I actually don't think I need the World Tree. How many gods do I have? I don't have a ton of gods. I think I could get rid of a World Tree, everybody. It's a cool card, but I actually don't think I need it. I only have a couple of gods. Took a lot of them out. We just have Heliod. So the World Tree could go. The World Tree can get cut. Now, the mana value of the deck's also important to me. This is 188, so we got room to go up to 200. Let's take out the World Tree. It's worth $5.99 though. But the deck now, let's write this down just so we know our starting point. This deck started at $6.98. Let's remove the World Tree. Amulet of Vigor is an insane card, Magical Libra. I absolutely love that one. We're going to get rid of the World Tree. And we're going to add Hey Bye. Forest Guardian, $18.99. That's a good trade. And it helps my Shrine deck. Okay. Now we're up to $711. We're getting closer. Hey, bye. There you go. Okay. Now, question is, what cards do we get rid of? What do we lose? What do we add? What can I add that's going to add value? All right, let's see. Oh, let me look in here. Let me get my encyclopedia because I think there's some valuable cards in here. Field of the Dead would be a cool land. Phyrexian Ultra is cool. Yawk the Desecrated, Soul Ring, Veziva, Myro, Eerie Ultimatum, Junji, Xantha, Sleeper Agent, Obnixilis, Temple of the False Gods. That would add the value up a lot. But that's going to go in one of my other decks. It's actually a really good card. For card draw and for life. That could actually be a winner in this deck. No joke. Alright, there we go. That will help a lot with card draw. It's a higher casting cost. It's 5, but I guarantee we can find some place in this deck for that. Soul Ring is really nice. Next up, let's look at our Secret Lair cards. See if there's any here. Nope, nothing I can add from these secret layers. And then let's look through my extra cards to see if I have anything of high value to add. Aura Shards would actually be a really cool one. Japanese version of Aura Shards. Wouldn't mind an Aura Shards in here. Especially too, because it is an enchantment. I know cards I'm sifting through are not. Gifts Ungiven. It's a great card. Great tutor. Although I don't want to send some cards to the graveyard. You know what I mean? Alright, let's see what else we have here. Ooh. See some secret layer ones. Deadly Dispute, Fatal Push, Brainstorm, Soul Ring. That Soul Ring's actually worth a pretty penny. What's my Soul Ring in here worth? 23, it's worth more. Command Tower. Yeah, Command Tower could go get replaced. That will up the value for sure. Okay. Just trying to incrementally up the value, everybody. That's all we're doing. All we are doing right now. And let's see what else I have here. I'm running out of cards, to be honest with you. Let's see what we have. Toxic Deluge could be an option. All right. I love that you're spamming the chat. We are editing 20 ways to win. But I wish more people would jump in, to be honest with you. Dockside Extortionist could be a winner. I could go with a Dockside. Do we have a Jeweled Lotus in here, by the way? Ah, we do not. Minty Gold Dragon could be an option. Correct, dude McAwesome. I've actually bumped the value of this to $711 for the 20 ways to win. We're trying to get it up even more. We could put a Blightsteel Colossus in. We could give it 21 ways to win. Rattleclaw Mystic, great for mana ramp. Okay. Trying to think what else to add to this. So, Magical Libra, the 20 ways to win was a... Do you know what Secret Lair is? It was a Secret Lair deck they did. There's a Shieldred. This card could go in here for sure. It was a Secret Lair deck that was done. It was called 20 Ways to Win. All right? And 20 Ways to Win, it came with this little card in it. And the way they built the deck, there's literally 20 ways to win in the entire deck. And I decided I wanted to upgrade it. I'll do that sometimes. So I started upgrading it. I think I bought the deck for $199. Jeweled Lotus has to go in. And I upgraded it to $711. And the next thing is $1,000. That's going to be the goal. But I need more cards to do that. March of the World Ooze. That's really cool for an enchantment. That card could bump the value up. Voron collects the Voice of Hunger could. So yeah, so my goal now is to try and get the value up, but I got to add a lot of cards to do that. Ooh, Urza's Saga. I don't have enough 0-drop artifacts to keep use of that. I could put Radha. And I don't have basic lands in this deck. Polyraptor, Tainted Pack, Tolarian Academy, not enough artifacts. Savannah Lions, that's going to go in my cat deck. There's your Amulet of Vigor, Magical Libra. Nesting Dovehawk's kind of cool. Here we go. Those are my extra cards. And I found a few that might work, but not a lot. So the first one we are going to put in, we're going to get a Jeweled Lotus in here because that's an easy way to bump up the value, to be honest with you, right? So let's get a Jeweled Lotus. Let me see. All right, so Jeweled Lotus, everybody. What should I take out for Jeweled Lotus? What do we think? Because that's an easy one, and Jeweled Lotus works in this deck, right? Because it helps me get, we added Hey Bye already. I like Path to Exile, and that is worth, let's see, $7.99. Shalai, this gets us counters. I don't know if I want to take that out. Don't want to take a Forgotten Ancient. Sphinx's Revelation is great for card draw and life. Tireless Provisioner. That is great for treasure tokens. Diabolic Intent and Insatiable Avarice. Great for tutors. Which one is worth the least? Insatiable Avarice is only worth $4.99. That could be an option to go. Right? Prismatic Omen, that doesn't help me win the deck. Lands control every basic land type in addition to their other types. What's this card worth? $3.99. Cryptolithic Rite, $6.49. Extravagant Replication. Don't know if I want to get rid of that. $3.99. Big casting cost. I don't know how much it helps me win. Damn. What's that worth? $2.29. That's just a board wipe and a removal. That could go. Lightning Greaves. I like Lightning Greaves. Dryad of Deletion Grove. That could go. What's that worth? $9. Do not want to take that out. Need the value. Dark Steel Mutation could go. It's a great card, by the way, but it's not worth anything. Ghostly Prison, $7.99. We'll keep that one. Got to keep that value high. Pariah, $3.49. That could go. What's Manjaro worth? $1.49. But it is really good for life and card draw. Felwar Stone, that could go. Swiftfoot Boots, don't really want to take that out. Lightning Greaves. And the Chromatic Lantern, what's that worth? Oh, $20. Not taking that out either. Okay. So, let's see what we can add here, everybody. I did have a Fabro Elder in, what am I trying to say? In foil, see if it's worth a lot more. Throne of Eldraine foil, $3.99. That's a great trade to make. See? Same card. Just a little more value. Just trying to squeeze some value out of this deck, everybody. Fabro Elder can stay. That's really, really good in this deck. Okay. So now, let's see what we can do. Now we're cooking, all right? So what are we going to take out for the Jeweled Lotus? Let's look at these 20 ways to win with extravagant replication. That helps me with mechanized production. But it also wasn't originally included in the deck. And it's only worth $3.99. So I say we take it out. Right? Like, it's a casting cost of $6. I like to get the casting cost low. It's currently $192. Let's get rid of extravagant replication. Remove it. Great. And we are going to stick in its place. Let's just go this Jeweled Lotus. All right. I do play with banned cards, by the way, everybody. And our Jeweled Lotus is that version. So now we're up to $747, and the Jeweled Lotus is now in the deck. The next one we're going to want to put in is the... Well, I just had a stack of cards I wanted to put in. Where did I put them, everybody? Ah, here they are. Treasure tokens are a way to win. So you know we have to include my guy, the Dockside Extortionist. Let's add him. It's not worth anything, which is terrible. Well, I guess it's worth enough. Let's see, C19. $17. That's an upgrade for a lot of cards. And we will take out, for the Dockside Extortionist, a Black Lotus would be awesome in this deck, by the way. We're going to keep Path to Exile. We said that. For Dockside, we're going to get rid of, because it's treasure tokens, I think we can get rid of Pariah. Actually, Dark Steel Mutation. Okay, that works for me. Equal mana value swap. But we went up in money. I do have a Black Lotus Magical Libra, and I have a real Black Lotus. I do not use proxies whatsoever. It is in my Urza deck. All right, there we go. Dark Steel Mutation, you got cut. Now we're up to 762. The next one I want to add is the Command Tower. It's a really easy one-for-one swap. Let's see what this is worth. $4.49. I mean, it's better than the 69 cents it was valued at. $7.66. Okay, we're creeping up in value. We've added about $100 just for some minor changes here. All right, what else do we got, everyone? I think we can look to add this Al Harmert's Archive. It's a foil version of it. $11. Not bad at all. And we will take out, I saw Blue Sapphire, pretty sure that's what it's called. It's the one that, it's a Mock Sapphire. Correct, sir. This is great for card draw and life, and I think we can take out Sphinx's Revelation for that. Because that card is not worth a thing. It's 79 cents. And our total mana value is still 188. So we haven't added any mana value to the mix, which I think is tremendous. And I think this is a better card for life draw and card game. All right. So that's gone. Pariah, Diabolic Intent. We got to keep that in. It's worth a lot of money, and I love tutors. Tireless Provisioner. Great for treasure tokens, food tokens, or life. I don't really want to take the Tireless Provisioner out. Forgotten Ancient, what's that worth? 79 cents. That's a really useful card. Shalai. Super useful card. Thelwar Stone could potentially go. Mangera is card draw and lifelink. Dam could go for sure. I'm shocked that Dam's not worth anything. 229. You know what I'm going to take out for Dam? I have a great idea. Sometimes they use the overload feature, but I really think in this case we could go with the Toxic Deluge. All right, let's see what that's worth. Oh, wow. 27 bucks for the foil one. That's a no-brainer. That just bumped us up past 800 bucks. Wow. And actually, I would love your comments, everybody. What do you guys like better, Toxic Deluge or Dam? I'm going to say Dam's a better card. Dam or Toxic Deluge? That is the question. I think it's Toxic Deluge the whole way. All right? There we go. We could add a Shieldred monster card, and I'm not using it. Every time you draw a card, you get 2 life. Every time somebody else draws a card, they lose 2 life. So Magical Libra, Toxic Deluge gives a bunch of creatures -1/-1. It's a massive board wipe. Or -10/-10. Depends how much life you want to pay. You pay life for every point you want the other person's creatures to lose. Dam is just a straight up removal. So I think it wins, and it's certainly more valuable. Shieldred could work in this deck. I hate to say it. I don't want to give up my Shieldred, but it could certainly work in this deck. Not going to lie. For life gain. Right? And it's a beautiful print into the card. Question is, what if I need it later? But, I mean, I want to bump the value of these up. Certainly Aura Shards is useful. So let's take out... This is tough. Prismatic Omen or Cryptolithic Rite? What is worth more? What is worth less? Cryptolithic, $6. Let's get rid of Prismatic Omen. Okay? Let's stick in Aura Shards. Beautiful card. And it is an enchantment. This kind of is an enchantment deck. And that is, well, no, that's an old version of that card there. Commander 2011, $27 card. We're up to $829, everybody. We're cooking. Whew. Wonder what the Shieldred's worth. Let's take a look at that. Because that's just a great card. Ooh. $84. $94 for this version of it. That would bump the value to $924. Yes, Magical Libra, it is an enchantment deck. We got a lot of enchantments, 22 of them. So it's pretty cool. This Shieldred could go in there. It does add to the mix for card draw and life gain, which is one of the great ways to win in this deck. I think it's better than Manjara. We're going to cut Manjara for Shieldred. Now the value of the deck is $923. We are absolutely cooking right now. Sorry, Manjara, I love you, but Shieldred absolutely has to make the cut for our collection. Beautiful. Okay. We are getting there. We are getting there for sure. A few cards left here. Total mana value is 192. That's unfortunate, because that Blightsteel's calling my name. But, I mean, we went up $300 in this deck tonight. We're getting there. Gifts Ungiven is a great tutor. This currently right now, guys, it's a bracket 3. Gifts Ungiven could be a great card to include. I don't have a lot of stuff to get stuff back from my graveyard, but it's great. Man, if only I had an Imperial Seal in here instead of the Diabolic Intent. Let's see what other decks I have an Imperial Seal in. Maybe we can make a trade. Ooh. Wow. You could totally take it out of one of my artifact decks. No joke. If I did an Imperial Seal in here, everybody. Copy Enchantment, great card, not worth enough. Question is, do I want to rob one of my other decks for an Imperial Seal? Because that would push this right over. Unreal. Like, I need to make up 70 bucks of value here. Vampiric Tutor would do it too. Let's see how many Vampiric Tutors I have in another deck. Oh, I have a lot. 18 Vampiric Tutors. Such a good card, though. You'll actually have an idea. I have an idea. Thank you, Patrick. So I'll show you guys just a little deck tech trick here. Let me see. Here we go. The Walking Dead. This deck is worth $1,126, okay? There is a Vampiric Tutor in here. There's also a demonic tutor, but you can make an argument that the insatiable avarice will work in these other decks. So let's see if we can do this here and push this one over $1,000. Come on. Which Sauron deck tech did you like? The updated one? Because that would be kind of cool. Sorry everyone, I'm looking for, I shouldn't be doing this off screen, but I'm looking for a Vampiric Tutor. There's already Insatiable Avarice in this deck, sadly. Okay guys, I'm having a problem here. In my Waking Dead deck, it doesn't look like there is a... Oh! My bad. It was the Waking Apocalypse. I grabbed the wrong deck, everyone. All right, Magical Libra, thank you for coming by. Thank you for all the support, too. Really glad you stopped by. Really appreciated what you added to the conversation, my friend. Glad to have you here. Make sure you don't be shy. Come back in the future. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for a deck here. Waking... Oh, here it is. The shoulder deck. This is what I need. It is well over 1,000. So let's get the... Vampiric Tutor out of here. I think that's a great trade. All right, guys, we might push this deck past $1,000 tonight. There's a really nice demonic tutor in here. What's that worth? 69. Vampiric is... Maybe we'll take the demonic tutor out. That even adds more value. Let's do it. Beautiful. We'll put the Insatiable Avarice in its place. Mana value of that deck is 197. I try to keep my mana value of my decks under 200, everybody. That one could actually come down a bit more, but I couldn't do it for the Shieldred deck. All right, so for 20 ways to win. Now we're going to add back in the Demonic Tutor. So let's go 20 ways to win. Ooh, wait. Okay. $1,000. $1,003 for this deck now. I think we're done. I think we did it, everybody. Fabulous. Again, keep all the other cards like they are. We just went over $1,000. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We do not need the gifts ungiven. I'm happy with this now. I'm pretty happy. Okay, there we go. Just increase the value like crazy. Another deck done. Okay, what's the next deck we want to bump up? It's my Assassin's Creed deck. It's $535. I'll never get that up though because it's Assassin's Creed in universe. After that, it's Etherflux Eruption, $805. That is a energy deck. Wow, yeah, we got a long way to go. Then after that, we have All Will Be One. Well, that's worth $1,500. After that, we have Army of the Dead. That's worth $928, but I know how to get that one up. So there we go. I think what we'll do is every time we do a live, we'll do a little deck tech. So that was my Enchantress deck. Some other cards here to add to the mix. Just trying to see what I have. All right, now for some fun, because I don't have to do anything with this stuff right now. I promised you an opening. Let's do some Avatar, everyone. Man, I'm excited my Ghost Shintai deck is now worth $1,000, right where it needs to be. And it's better. Like, there's no doubt it's a better deck. Sometimes just adding value to add value is not worth it. That said, let's open some Avatar. Let's also check out how my YouTube's doing. My Azula deck is going off right now. People seem to love it. Let's open up some Avatar together. Promised you some pack rips, and I do need some cards for my set. I need a Wan Shi Tong Librarian. I will go bananas. All right, let's do it. Oh, thank you, Patrick. I really, really appreciate it. I changed it up a little bit. I wanted to make it more orc central. I'll tell you my next goal, Patrick, if you're interested in this. So, looking at my Sauron deck, it could be better, to be honest with you, but it's a Lord of the Rings in universe deck. All right? Right now, the total mana value of it is 189. But if I get rid of the 9 Nazgul, I get rid of the Ring Race, the Witch King of Agnar, and the Witch King Sky Surge. And I was able to put a bunch of like 1-drop orcs in there and amass orcs cards. Man, this deck could be mega competitive. And away we go. I have the Nazgul in there right now, but I'm really thinking of taking them out. What I really need to decide is when the Hobbit comes in, if that counts as Lord of the Rings for this deck. But I'm struggling. I need more orcs, and there was not enough good orcs in the Lord of the Rings set. See what we got. Merchant of Many Hats, Aang's Journey, Cruel Administrator, Crescent Island Temple, Vengeful Villagers, Kyoshi's Island Plaza, Katara, Water Tribe's Hope, How to Start a Riot, Sunblessed Peak. I think I need that one. Let's see. Got a checklist here. Nope. Looks like I have Katara, the Water Tribe's Hope. Yep. Right, so nothing I need. I'm building an Avatar complete set, everybody. Story of Our Lives. Thank you very much. Yeah, Patrick, I struggle with it because it's in universe for like the Lord of the Rings, but not for the Lord of the Rings set, if that makes sense. And I need more orcs. Callous Inspector. Lost Days, Airbending Lesson, Badger Mole, Deserter's Disciple, Deadly Precision, Messenger Hawk, Fatal Fisher, Professor Zay, Flopsy, Ember Island. Oh my gosh, that right there. Are you kidding me? We got a foil Azula? That needs to go in my Azula deck stacked. Oh my gosh. Guys, I didn't know you could get foil cards like this in a pack. Oh wow. What is that worth? Is that like an etched foil version? Beautiful. That is stunning. Wow, look at that. That was a great pull. So much better for my Azula deck. That one creeps closer to $1,000. Unreal. That pack was everything right there. All right, maybe we'll open like 10 packs tonight or something. Boomy Bash. Pirate Peddlers, Watery Grasp, Avatar Enthusiast, Sabertooth Lion, Bender's Waterskin, Great Mana Rock, Tigerdillo, Secret of Blood Bending. I needed that one. And Zhao the Moonslayer. We needed both these cards for my set. It's a great box so far. All right, let's get my little checklist here. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, the Secret of Bloodbending is what I needed, right? Yep. Blue. Okay. Zhao the Moonslayer, 162. What a great card, by the way. Okay. Here's my checklist. So we got Zhao the Moonslayer. Awesome. If I get a Wan Chitong, I'll be really happy. But that will not go in the set. I need that for a deck. Rowdy Snowballers, Razor Rings, Rocky Rebuke. Firebending Student. All right. Nothing I needed. By the way, how have your Avatar pulls been? Good? Hopefully good. Got about 8 more minutes to open packs and have some fun together, everyone. Sokka, Earth and Ally, cool. Love these Avatar packs. Wish I had some collector's packs to open up. I've opened up 2 boxes. Story of your lives. I got some great cards. I built an awesome Ang deck. That's where a lot of my good cards went. Sparky Sparky Boom Man. Oh! Ho, ho, ho! Fire Lord Zuko. And right now we're about to add that to the Ang deck because that is a better version of Fire Lord Zuko than I have in the Ang deck. Let's find him. See, I love this right here. Look at that. Look how dope that is. Let's go to my Avatar deck. It's called the Avatar State. My box field, Bobby Maximus. It's worth 606, but it's about to be worth $5 extra. And there's a bunch of cards in here that they didn't show the value of either. Okay. Cooler printing. Thank you very much, Story. There we go. That was kind of cool to get the Fire Lord Zuko and we get the last Agni Kai like that. That would be dope. Alright, Fire Lord Zuko is going to go in my binder because that Fire Lord Zuko it's off my list. Excellent. This box is turning out to be not bad. I got a bunch more videos coming too, Story. My last Avatar video was today. That was my Fire Lord Azula. Make sure you watch it, comment, use all the engagement I can get. And then we're going to do some other videos coming up. First Time Fire, Airbending Lesson, Pillar Launch, Earthrumble Wrestlers, Noxious Gearhulk, White Lotus Reinforcements. Show you a really good card. Zhang, Epic Downfall, Boomerang Basics, Suki, Katara the Fearless, really nice version of that there. You know, I think that's actually in my Ang deck. But I try to put the nicer cards in my decks because it's how I display my collection. Let's see if I can find Katara the Fearless because I don't think it is a... Ah, it's not. Let's bump that up to foil. It's worth not a ton more, but I mean, every dollar helps, right? Okay. Katara the Fearless will go in the binder. We might be able to complete a whole set here today. Who knows? We're getting lucky. And guys, I really do. Check this out. That's just a beautiful... We got a set coming here. I might need that for my Ang deck. So I'm going to leave that aside. I don't think I put that in my Ang deck. But it's really good for allies. So we got here Earth and Ally again. Ooh, Haru. And I don't think I have a foil Haru in my deck. So let's, I'm pretty sure I kept him in here though. Yep, let's go foil. Why not? It's only worth 10 cents more, but it's prettier, right? Okay, a couple more packs and then I'll sign off for the night, everyone. Just improving my decks. All right, everyone, what can I pull in here? What would like be a big pull that we could get? I know we're not getting like the super crazy Fire Lord Zuko in here, like the Neon Ink one, but foil firebending lesson. Put that one in for sure. Yep. Upgrade that. Not worth any more, but again, it's a nicer card. I like foils. All right. We're getting shut out of cards we need. I really need a Wan-Shi Tong. I take a Badger Mole Cub too, to be honest with you. I mean, who wouldn't? Water Tribe Captain. Nothing. What do we say? 2 more packs? Let's do it. 2 more. We'll open up the next on the next live. Arjuna Metal Bending. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. Ooh! I needed Iroh. That's a big one. 227 for my deck. Or not for my deck, guys. For my set. We keep opening up set cards like this, I'll keep pulling. Why not? Poor Cabbage Merchant. Aang's Iceberg. Do I need that right now? I do not. Man. Please. Daddy needs a Wan-Shi Tong. Aang at the Crossroads. I think I need that in my set. Yep, I do. 203. So I do build complete sets. I do really, really want a complete set of Avatar. Great card. But not what I wanted. I just really need... I don't think we've got one mythic from here yet, have we? Maybe Fire Lord Zuko. See a mythic? Can't remember. Need more mythics. By the way, if there's any commanders you want me to make, now's the time to speak your piece. To say your piece. Oh, oh, that is a big card. Massive card right there. Like, massive. That's going in here. We're going to take up the Firebending Student. We're going to put it in a Redirect Lightning. That was worth the pull. Worth the pull. Let's see. Oh wow, $17. What do we want to take out for that? Haru? Yeah, let's do it. Could also take out the Earth King. Let's take out the Earth King for that. I never liked him, his character anyway. He was weak. Redirect Lightning. Beautiful, Paul. I didn't think those cards came in these packs. That is dope. Value of the deck's going up, and the deck is getting better. That's why you have to constantly check my deck lists, everybody, because we are, as we open more, we're just improving. That was awesome. That made me happy. Badger Mole. Not the Cub. No way. Another Redirect Lightning in foil. Are you kidding me? That needs to go in the Azula deck that I just made. For real. Wow. Double Redirect Lightning in this box. I didn't get any in all the other stuff I opened, and here we are. Man, I'm addicted to opening packs. Poor Cabbage Merchant, Bossing Say, tough. Wow. I think we're just going to open this whole box. I'll stay with you. Cool. Yes! Sozin's Comet. I needed that. Did not have one of those yet. It's a big card. Big card right there. Let's put that in my set. I don't know how I'm going to be able to use that in a deck yet, but it's got to go in here. Where did my checklist go, everybody? Oh, here it is. Sozin's Comet. Awesome. In red. We're filling out the set. And the goal is to have, like, I've almost got the complete set with the cards in my Aang commander deck, but I want to have a complete set on top of that. You know what I mean? There's Wrath. I need another Appa. I need another Hakoda. Guys, I think we're just going to open the whole box. Beifong's Bounty Hunters. I needed that one. Put that aside. We'll put that in our binder in a minute. So that guy Larry, really good question. I used to, all right? Like back in the days of Kaladesh where there wasn't like 4 versions of the same card, I used to, but I don't anymore, and I'll tell you why. I'll actually show you something really cool in a minute here. I'll show you what set broke me of that. So, Larry, did an entire set of, here it is, Double Masters. Okay, this is an entire set, front to back of Double Masters, but the problem was they had like 4 different printings of Emrakul. Do you know what I mean? So like if you look at that Emrakul, it's beautiful, but they had different printings. They had a bunch of different printings. Where's one of my favorite cards? Let me see. Ooh, look at this. The beautiful Imperial Seal. So this is like a complete set. But like you'd need like 4 different printings of that Imperial Seal. The Liliana, you need like 4 different printings. Look at this awesome printing of Dockside. There's like 3 or 4 different printings of that. So it honestly broke me. So what I do is I take the base set numbers, whatever my favorite version of that card is, that's what I slap in that section, right? So that's kind of how I go about building sets now. So like whatever my favorite version of Avatar Aang is, that's the one that'll go in the set. Or in this case, I put it in my deck and put what I could in the set. You know what I mean? Fire Nation Palace. Another one I need. Beautiful. So that's how I build those later. That's a really good question. And the other one that broke me of that was Kamigawa. Do you remember that Hidetsugu Super Neon card that was like $2,000? Like, I'll never get that. So that way the set would be incomplete. So that's when I decided to really just do like my favorite version of the card. Do you know what I mean? That said, I've lately started to prioritize my decks more than sets. So like that Imperial Seal is going to have to come out there and get traded for another Imperial Seal. Because the decks is how I display my collection. Yeah, let me show you something, Larry, for a second here. My luck's running out. Let me just move these to the side here. And I'll show you something. A lot of cards. I'm not getting a lot I need, though. But it's fun to open with you guys and hang out. So, Larry, let me show you just like a real example here. Let me put my Aang deck away so we can see. So just hold tight with me. Ooh, redirect lightning. Just going to go with my Azula if it needs to. Okay, so watch. So you can see like you got some plain version of the cards, right, for the most part. But I try to do foils where I can. But then you see the Tiger Seal? So like, if you look at the numbers here, and it's kind of hard to see, 73, 74. Tiger Seal would technically be 75, but this is an alternate art foil, so it's 318. Same thing here, 371. But it should be 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. All right? So that's kind of how I've done it. Like, look at that beautiful Foggy Swamp Visions. Right? Like, that's the one I chose for this. So that's kind of how I do it. You can get a checklist on WPN Network, which will help you navigate. But it's got all the cards, like their actual original numbers. Thank you, Scribabbles. Really appreciate you saying goodbye. We got 4 packs left. I don't know if we're going to do it, but hopefully that brings me the luck. But yeah, whatever Phoenix Air sheet, you know, when I get, I'll put the best version in. That's kind of how I've been doing it. Although lately, like I said, I've just been like trying to stick to the base version ones. Because obviously, like, I wanted to use the prettiest version of Avatar Aang for my commander deck. That's what's changed. I used to be all about complete sets. I'm more about decks now. Please be a foil one, Shitong. Avatar Aang. Great. So yeah, perfect example. In the past, I would have put that Avatar Aang in my deck. And I would have put that one in the set. But now that goes in the box And the other Avatar egg is going to go in the set. So, it's kind of how I do this now. Second Mythic. I'd rather have a Wan Shi-Tong than an Avatar Ango. No joke. Alright, let's finish this off. We got a couple of packs left. We're getting shut out. I don't think I'm ever going to get a Wan Shi-Tong. Do you guys realize I've opened up, this is my third play booster box. Sorry, my second. I've opened up 2 collector's boxes. And I've opened up 3 bundles. And I've not got a Wan Shi-Tong. It's like the rarest card ever. Fire Lord Zuko again. We got 1 pack left, guys. Hold on, I'm just gonna... One more, guys. Foil Wan Shi-Tong would make my day, and the blue I can see is a foil. No Wan Shi-Tong. No Wan Shi-Tong. We got shut out, guys. Shut out. Alright, though. We got to open a box together. We got to have some fun. I got some cards to fill out my checklist. That's fine. No Wan Shi-Tong. I got one more box to open. I actually don't know if I'm going to. Maybe I'll just buy the singles. Maybe I'll just keep this for the future. We'll see. I like an open product. Where are we going to put this on open product? That's the question. Ah, there we go. There we go. I got a lot of an open product here, actually. Ah. All right, everyone. No Wan Shi-Tong. But we did get... That wasn't a bad box. As far as play booster boxes go, like, I really can't complain. I got that foil Azula. I got a couple of redirect lightnings. I got that nice Zuko. Proved my Aang deck. I got a card I really needed, this redirect lightning for my Azula deck. So not bad at all. Listen, everyone, thanks for coming live tonight. Really, really appreciate doing some Magic the Gathering stuff with you. This is literally my favorite hobby. So, yeah, I appreciate the fun. I think we made my Aang deck better a little bit. We got a redirect lightning in there. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming by. It's been an awesome live. I think this is the longest I've ever went live for Muscles of Magic the Gathering. So, that's all I got. Shout out to my favorite LGS on the planet, Coral Sword. Let me see if you can get a whole view here of the beautiful playmat. So, all right, everyone. Love y'all. Have a good night. I'm a little bummed I didn't get a Wan Shi-Tong. I want to rip that other box bad. The pain is real. But there's nothing I can do. That guy, Larry G. Did my set example, before I go, Larry G, did my set example make sense to you, by the way? But how I do that? You know? Actually, the coolest example of that, wait one more minute. I got something for you. Check this out. Here we go. Look at that. This is a Streets of New Capetta, and it's almost all the art card versions. Like, there are not many in here. There are not many in here that are non-art. You see what I mean? So whatever that number was in the set, I put the best version of it. Ledger Shredder. Beautiful card. This is a fully completed set, so I will not be taking this one apart. Although I've been tempted for some of those Tri-Lands. You can see they're just normal versions, right? Look at those beautiful Tri-Lands. Gorgeous. And then in the back, see, I even collect tokens. Art cards. Oh, the printed list. WPN Network under its rules and regulations. Let me look it up for you, okay? Larry G. So if you go to WPN Network, it's a Wizards Play Network, WPN.wizards.com, and you go to Resources, Rules and Documentation, and then you'll see, if I click on The Last Airbender, download, gives me the checklist. So that's how you get it. So WPN Network, Resources, Rules, 2 art cards. Sometimes I get lucky, like that happened with Fire Lord Azula. So let me show you one more thing here. Sorry to take all your time, but I think you're having fun. So you'll see my Fire Lord Azula here. It's supposed to be 220. This is 313. But I actually got like 3 of these. So I've got a bunch of these. So this is where that one went in here. Does that make sense? So sometimes I get lucky and they get a couple of versions of stuff, but that's kind of how we do it. Here's a Iroh Grand Lotus, but the beautiful one went in my Aang deck. So that's that. Anyway, everybody, have an awesome night. It is goodbye for real. That's it. Good 90-minute live, and I will be back probably Thursday. No, not Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. I'll probably skip that. Let's go Friday Night Magic. Friday Night Magic. I will see you back here live on Friday. All right? Enjoy, Larry G.